Hello, everybody. Mary Marshall here, diet and lifestyle educator, healthcare concierge, and of course, registered nurse. So, coming back to you with my Friday 411s. I was out of town last weekend, so just missed that one. So here I am today. First, I want to tell you about a little announcement. For those of you who might be interested in help and support and learning more about how to lose weight effectively, I invite you to a free teleconference workshop with Dr. Pam Popper on February 6th at 9 p.m. And just call, you can PM me here on Facebook or email me and I'll get you the call info, or call Kelly at 614-841-7700 at Wellness Forum Health. So it's a great, really informative talk. I did the talk last night. Dr. Pam's doing it on the 9th or on the 6th at 9 p.m., February 6th at 9 p.m. So really interesting program. So last time I talked about carbohydrates, the macronutrient carbohydrates. And today I'd like to give you the skinny on fats. And before I go there, because there's a link here, I want to just comment, today is Go Red for Women Day. And I kind of debated whether I wanted to wear red or not for this video. Not because I don't support women, and I think we do need more education and recognition of symptoms and how women present with heart disease. It's the top killer of women. But the American Heart Association and the Go Red for Women campaign, I think they fall short of really giving good information. And I was just on the website and they're still talking about healthy fats. There is no mention of Dr. Ornish, Dr. Esselstyn on their How to Prevent Heart Disease pages. And these are people who have done research that supports the benefits of a low-fat, whole foods, plant-based diet on preventing, stopping, and reversing heart disease. It should be front and center, in my opinion, if you are an organization dedicated to helping prevent heart disease. But I do support women, and I do support getting good information out there and helping people learn how to get good information. So, hence, I'm going to share a little bit of information about fat today. So our three macronutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So like I said, we talked about carbohydrates last time. And so let's start with a quiz. So pass or fail here. You're either going to ace it or you're going to flunk it. Olive oil is health food, true or false? So I'll give you a minute. So the answer to that is false. Okay, olive oil is not a health food, nor is coconut oil or safflower oil or soybean oil or any kind of oil. Use oils on your body, not in your body, right? They're much more helpful that way. And, Valentine's Day is coming up. Might be occasion to find out how to do that. So all oils, though, are processed food. They're high in fat, high in calories. They're concentrated fat and calories. 1 tablespoon of oil has 14 grams of fat and 130 calories. So just 1 tablespoon. Think about how many tablespoons are in the salad dressing you'd put on a big salad that you'd think you were doing really good having a salad, but you throw all that oil on, you've loaded it with fat and calories. So some of the studies that show, these studies that show, the Mediterranean diet is had such great health benefits, did not compare a diet containing olive oil with a low-fat diet at all. All right, and the people who were consuming olive oil in the studies that show benefit of olive oil were also consuming large quantities of plant foods and fiber, and they were very active. So it's much more likely that they had decreased risk for heart disease in spite of the oil, not because of the oil. So can you keep that in mind, right? And as a matter of fact, no cause and effect relationship was ever shown between consuming oil and decreased heart disease, as the oil was the direct cause of any decreased risk. And to be clear, these healthy fat diets were not compared to a low-fat, whole foods, plant-based diet, which really has been shown to slow, prevent, and reverse heart disease. And in the Mediterranean studies, quite a few cardiovascular events did occur. Okay, one group just had less than the other, but they were still having heart attacks and strokes. So this notion that there are healthy fats is really a myth. Okay, all fats, fats of all types, are found in arterial plaques when they are dissected, on autopsy. There's monounsaturated, polyunsaturated. It's not just saturated and trans fats that cause the problem with plaques. All fats are found in those plaques. All fats are found in studies to restrict arterial blood flow. They measure arterial blood flow after consumption of high-fat meals, be they polyunsaturated, monounsaturated fats. The effect was there was still decreased arterial blood flow. All right. So when people eat diets with any kinds of fats, be they healthy or unhealthy, heart disease still progresses. So those fats don't stop progression of heart disease. They don't aid in reversal of heart disease at all. So, some people say, well, I have to have fat in my diet. I have to have some fat in my diet. And that's their excuse for not eliminating oils and concentrated fats. Well, look around. Okay, let's really be honest. Our problem is not a deficit of fat. Okay, we are not lacking any fat. Okay, our problems are problems of excess. Now, I'm not saying there's no one in the world who is underweight or has issues with that, but our problems with chronic degenerative diseases, are closely related to excess fat intake and excess weight as well. Some people say, well, I have to have fat in my diet. When I've eaten a low-fat diet, I get sick. Well, what most likely has happened is what people tend to do when they do a low-fat diet is they eat fruits and vegetables, which is great, but they are so low in calories. And if you are just eating fruits and vegetables, you have to eat. It's got to be a full-time job, or else you're starving. Okay, what people do is they tend to restrict not just fats but also the carbohydrates, and the potatoes and beans and legumes and whole grains. Those are where you've got your fiber and you've got your you've got more calorie content. All right, you've got more calorie density to satisfy the calorie need that you have. So you can get all the fat that you need from a low-fat, whole foods, plant-based diet. Many plants have some fat in them already, okay? And I don't mean high-fat plant foods like peanuts and avocados. Even oatmeal has some fat in it. If you get a tablespoon of ground flax every day, you're going to get an adequate amount of fat in your diet. So, and animal foods are very high in saturated fat, and they have no fiber. Again, saturated versus unsaturated doesn't matter. The animal foods are all high in fat, and they have absolutely no fiber in them at all. And even fish and chicken can be very high in saturated fat as well. So if you're thinking this is, you want to get the right information, and you want to learn how to gauge what that information is, because remember, on the American Heart Association website, They're talking about healthy oils. They're not talking about critical research that has been done to prevent and reverse heart disease. So you can get access to good information by joining Wellness Forum Health. So message me, email me, give me a call, and I can tell you how to join, and I can do that for you. It's incredibly reasonable for the life-saving information that you can get for yourself or for people you love. So I can send you a membership form, take care of it, and we'll get you going. And when you join, I schedule you with your onboarding so you know what comes next and what you're going to do. And you start learning and you start getting the right information to make the right decisions for you. So, skinny on fats, you don't need them, okay? No concentrated fats in your diet. So have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.